Hello, my name is Steve Bowler, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at MPLS VPNs. In particular, within MPLS VPNs we're going to take a closer look at static routing from the premise edge to customer edge routers. So in this lab, as you can see, we have 5 routers in our network topology. Router 1 is going to be a customer edge router. Router 2 is going to be a premise edge router. Router 3 is going to be a P router within the MPLS VPN. In this case, the P router is just going to be running MPLS and also, of course, the interior gateway protocol. In this lab, we're going to be running EIGRP for Autonomous System 1. Router 4 is going to be the other premise edge router. And then we have Router 5, which is going to be also the other customer edge router. We're going to be running multi-protocol BGP, as you might presume. We're going to be running multi-protocol BGP on Router 2 and Router 4. And we're going to be running the static routes from the premise edge to the customer edge routers. So all of the initial configuration has been done in this lab, such as IP addressing and adminning up the ports. As we can see on Router 1, we have 2 loopbacks, loopback 0 and loopback 1. Loopback 0 has the 10 network assigned to it, and loopback 1 has the 11 network assigned to it. Whereas on Router 5, we have loopback 0 being the 50 network, and then loopback 1 is the 55 network. We're going to simulate these networks being our customer networks, and rightfully so. We're going to verify connectivity from customer edge to the customer IP subnets. When this lab is completely done, we will have full reachability across the MPLS VPN via static routing. So let's go ahead and get started with the initial configuration. What I'm going to do first is configure the customer edge routers. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to Router 1 first. And on Router 1, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the configuration on Router 1. I'm going to install what's called a default route on R1. In this case, where we are running static routing from premise edge to customer edge, there is not really a need to run a routing protocol on R1 or R5. So what we're going to do is just set up default routes. In this case, we're going to point the default routes to the next hop or the next router down the line. In this case is going to be Router 2, which is going to be the premise edge within the MPLS VPN. So on R1, we're going to have a static route or a static default route. So we'll go into global configuration mode and do IP route 0.0.0.0, then also followed by a 0.0.0.0. So it's going to match on any IP address with any length subnet mask. And then we're going to tell it for any traffic that this router does not know how to reach via the routing table, we're going to forward this traffic out our Fast Ethernet 00 interface. So again, Router 1 and Router 5 are using their Fast Ethernet 00 interfaces to connect to both Router 2 and Router 4. So we have the IP route 0.0.0.0